session in our meeting is the political insights, and what we're going to discuss this night is the measures under the DRMA Act. For all who don't know what that means, that's the Disaster Risk Management Act, has been lifted this week in Jamaica. What I want to find out from you guys is, what are your thoughts on the act being lifted? You know, with the thing that masks are no longer mandatory except in business places and government offices. The fact that parties can now resume and we can now start carrying on as we did pre-COVID. So what are your ideas? Do you think it's a good move? Do you think it's long overdue? Do you think that we're never ready for that yet? What the impact can be on the health sector, the financial sector, the entertainment sector, tourism? So the floor is open. As you know, raise your hands if you're ready to speak. And I'm seeing two persons' hands up.
Me first.
J
was first, you know? I'll J come before A. Okay, let's go. Yay. So, my thoughts, I'm really excited to stop wearing the mask, but at the same time, I'm also worried. I don't know if we're rushing into things because, what are the vaccination rates like? Because at one point, it was said that, we will move out of the pandemic phase when we have like a certain percentile of vaccination, etc. And I don't hear any update on that since. In addition to, you still have some countries that are significantly affected by other variants. I'm like, all right, what are the methods if those variants come here? Or I have a repeat of 2020 kind of scenario? Like, are we rushing it? Are we doing the necessary steps? It's also been rumored, just what I hear on the streets, I don't know if it's true, that it's supposedly because of some party that was held with Ramesh Entertainment and Shensia, and the ministers were caught taking pictures without their masks. So because of that, Andrew list a lot of mandates because it would have been an uproar similar to, who was it? The Floyd guy. Was Floyd in him? Last name? I don't remember. Who was out caught like not social distancing at a party, not wearing masks, and it was an issue. So I don't know. I'm just wondering where the intentions come from. I mean, justice for my face, because without a mask feels great, but just wondering if we're rushing into anything and why no?
Oh, my time now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, yeah. I totally disagree with this. But if anything was to happen, I honestly wouldn't blame the government. First of all, they have been, jumping down the government throat to open up the entertainment industry, to open up really. And the opposition said it in their budget or something like that. I don't remember what the thing that they said that the government should open up. So I believe that Andrew Holness had meetings and he just followed what people asked for. So if anything is to happen, business that. But me, myself, and my family, then we are going to continue wearing masks and social distancing. So if anybody want to probably like weird, so be it. Because I'm not the vaccine, I'm not trust that. As Jadian had said, there are other variants out there.
All right, Ashley and Jadian, thank you so much for sharing. Anybody else has anything they would like to add?
As Sidan said in the chat that I'm happy that I don't have to wear the mask for 10 plus hours. I think at some point we have to move on.
And I'm seeing where Sarah is saying that, you just joined. We were discussing the COVID measures being dropped with the exception of wearing masks in government places. So that's the topic. If you want to add, feel free to do so. Let me know in the chat whether you want to add or you just won't catch up.
I see where Edwards has her hand up. Edwards, I can't pronounce the first name. Dejani, I think. Go ahead.
Yes, that's right.
My name is Dejane. What I think it's a good move because the people have been pushing them to do it, and we had like 2 years to practice and learn how we're supposed to conduct ourselves in the pandemic. And even though we had this practice, people still weren't doing the right thing. So right now, it's just up to people who have discipline to decide if they want to wear the mask or not.
Also to add, before we move on, one thing I'll definitely miss is the work from home. I just feel like if there are certain jobs that can be done at home, why do you need to see your employees if they are producing the work and they're submitting it, either by the deadline or prior? Why is it that you insist on them reporting to the office? That takes time to get dressed in the morning, to commute to work, all that traffic, and then to commute back home. It's like a lot of persons say that they get more stuff done in the morning, and some persons even, research has even seen where some persons would overwork because they would roll out of bed and start working, and they'd work right up until late and then roll back into bed. Not all persons, but some. So I'm like, I just felt like that's one thing, we should have really stuck with that virtual or remote working, because it's just so much more productive, and it saves time for both persons, saves time for the employer and saves time for the employee. But that's my 2 cents.
Alright, to add to that, I have mixed feelings on this topic. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I am happy that the country open up back, and I like me used to go nowhere, I may go anywhere, but it's nice to not have so much restrictions. But knowing Jamaican people, everybody and their mother knows that Jamaicans are very unruly and we don't like to follow protocols. You see me, as soon as the place open back, you see how much different party dance flyers going around, and where COVID is not, I don't hear any reports of COVID cases like significantly increasing, or there are not much fatalities now. At the end of the day, it's not completely gone. So like, people never that wear masks in the first place. So now when you tell them, say, okay, you don't need to wear masks. I work, and at my office, like when they come in, we usually be like, okay, so please put on your mask. Or ma'am, please put on your mask. No, them worse now, you can say, and to honest, so the country open up back, and that is still putting persons at risk. But at the same time, it's nice the country they open up back. It's nice for not wear the hat mask every day. But just think if Jamaicans were a little bit more understanding and a little bit less unruly, it could have worked. And like, I don't want to go back to school face to face. Like, what is that? No, thank you. No, thank you. We can't do that face to face thing. But other than that, yeah. I'm seeing Marianne Francis Little with her hand up. You can go ahead.
Hi. Yes, I just wanted to add to what you were saying, rework and the mask. I realized that persons are a bit choosy, or should I say prejudiced. So when they go to the banks, they adhere to the rules of wearing the mask. When they go to Western Union, they can't enter without a mask. Yet when they go to certain establishments, for example, the post office where I work, we have hell with them to wear it. So now it's worse. We can't tell them anything now. And we're trying to protect ourselves and our own families. And I mean, it shouldn't have been this quick. Don't get me wrong, I'm glad that the country has opened up because it's good for the economy, and revenue we really, really need it to build back our economy or build back stronger. But there are certain things that I don't believe the immediate rollout. I think there should have been a bit more thought on it.
Okay, thank you so much for sharing. I'm just gonna read some of the comments from the chat. People are move like them did a dead though. As it opened, by time him utter the word open, party time, telecommuting. If a stay at home man, no man's have to go back in a school. Shake my head, don't even talk about that. Party promoters need their money with them lost for the 2 years. It's expected. When we could have stay at home and go and cheat and lay down in a bed, man. why the other countries moved on, but we're still stuck. I mean, just like the vaccine is not mandatory, the mask should not be. The mask makes me feel sick, plus the rashes and all. So many businesses went out of business just because of the lockdown. Anyway, to each his own. Me can't stand the crowd and people just scare me, and not all the countries moved on. Not all the countries moved on because globally there's still confusion and propaganda about the pandemic even after 2 years. I never liked the crowds before COVID, so I still won't be going into any crowds. My office is spacious and I do not need to interact with any customers or so. All right, guys, thank you so much for sharing your thoughts, whether it was by opening your mic and talking or commenting in the chat. We appreciate it.